Today is Ideas Jam. We stopped the whole company at Bossa to create new games. So it's like a hackathon for games. I am going to be leading one of the teams. I'm going to see who else is going to join me. Maybe I'm going to be alone.
You've made it sound boring. Teenage girls would be the demographic.
Okay, maybe it shows your profile.
You know, maybe like 12, 13-year-olds, they're on the phone. Any older, and they could be a real influencer.
So like, how popular is Twitch? How many people are actually on Twitch right now?
Let me just see if I recruited anyone.
You're going to see if this is a better idea.
No. Okay, I have your team already here, right? Anya's gone!
Sorry, Roberta.
You're being filmed.
Sorry, film.
That affects your point.
She's trying to take mine, and I can't find mine.
I was actually, Claudia, are you joining your team?
I'm left-handed and I cannot write on a whiteboard.
We have the product, we have the people. Why mobile? Price, place, product, people. Okay, just so for clarity here, if you are making a game, or any product really, you need to think of the minimum 4 Ps, which is product, price, place, where you're going to be, selling a product, and promotion, how you're going to be marketing that. And a lot of people think that making a game is just about making the game, or coding the game, or making the core loop of the game, or making the art style of the game. But it's way more than that. You're actually making a whole product that needs to be sold to people, or people need to enjoy, or they need to discover somewhere, right? So this is hugely important. I just want to highlight that, so you know.
So you've shared it in-game.
In-game.
There's an option, do you want to share to your real Facebook or Instagram as well? You get bonus points for sharing to real-world social media.
People 10-year-old have kind of mobile phones?
Yes. Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah, but we don't want to be promoting like a 10-year-old's Twitter.
Yeah. Our team doesn't have a game designer, and the game designer is usually the person who designs like the mechanics and the core loops of the game, which means the activities inside the game that you do over and over and over again. Let's say if you need to kind of go into a battle to kill a monster, and then you kill a monster, and then you gain more points because you kill the monster and then you kill the bigger monster. So that's a core loop. And we believe that we created that, but I want a game designer to validate and to kind of challenge us to see if we are in the right direction about our game.
That's cheating, but fine.
That's cheating, because you're going to be helping another team.
There's revenue,
Purchasing games.
which allows you to purchase new items.
Okay.
So that you can create and share content based on the new items, and by creating and sharing that content, you get more likes and followers.
Okay. If you have a factory, the more scale you go, the more reward you get.
Yeah.
But there is the inflection point where you go too far, you get criticized by the media, and everything comes down collapsing. It's the inflection point. There you go. So you can go much further away than anything that I have seen in this genre before. It's super cool.
Yeah, we thought about even kind of having a progression loop that you start with something simple, something that it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you feel like there's a clear progression of your challenges as well, not only the game
Do you
loop.
build together a small team to support you? You guys have to write all the stats, and this is a lot of spreadsheet work behind this concept that has to be done. But if you do that, someone can code a prototype fairly fast.
What do you want people to come away from the presentation sort of knowing the most?
To be able to picture it in their head, to have an idea of how it would look on their phone and how it would work, and the sort of demographic we're aiming towards. I think it's quite a simplistic concept. It's literally social media and how you know it as of now, but in a game format. It's not the concept of the game that's the difficulty. It's trying to get them to picture it.
What the hell? That's your computer.
I don't know how it happened.
From that, I was like, oh no.
It's a very nice computer.
It's a broken computer.
I'm at the Berkeley Hotel in London. This meeting is called the Meeting of Minds, and I'm going to be speaking today about the future of technology, games, and artificial intelligence. It's a lot of preparation, so I probably spent like 2 or 3 days to prepare everything, like in total. The moment that you agree that you're going to be there, to talking to the organizers and saying, okay, this is sort of the theme that I'm going to approach and the angle that I'm going to approach. And then the really, really hard work, which is collect all of your ideas and make sense of a speech that is going to actually achieve a goal. Get references, you define the narrative, you put together a presentation, but also you rehearse. You want to be on point. Last month, a guy decided to live a whole week inside a virtual reality.
For the next week, I'm going to be eating, sleeping, working, and playing in virtual reality. Starting now.
So you may have heard about virtual reality. It sort of looks like a giant toaster strapped to your head right now. But I truly believe this technology will change everything about the way we operate.
Because he talked about how his mind started to change and he started to dream in virtual reality. And he told a lot of stories of, how his perception of reality was real, what's not real, completely changed. For us, as creators of games and technology, it's very important that we kind of a little bit one step ahead so that we can create the stories and create the environment they're going to be, enjoying themselves in. We need to start understanding how influencers work. So nowadays, there's no way you can launch a game and not be able to connect with people who are playing games on Twitch or YouTube and etc. When games become as fun to watch as it is to play, almost like a sport, we get to a situation where a lot of musicians and big creators and people from all the other Hollywood people from all other industries want to be part of this, want to become on board.
Oh my God.
Let me put this into perspective for you so you understand what's going on here. Have you heard of Fortnite? Yes, you've heard of Marshmello, one of the biggest DJs in the world. This, what you just saw, was the first time that there was a live event happening inside a video game. Super Bowl has 100 million viewers, and Fortnite has over 80 million players actively playing the game on a monthly basis. That's the size of the impact that we're talking about. Do we have responsibility, an ethical responsibility? Absolutely. How we portray women in games, because that changes the perception of women in the real world, to the levels of addiction that certain games purposely create as game designs, right? How people are becoming kind of wired differently with their brains, I see that as a positive thing, as part of the human evolution. They are actually learning a lot of life skills there. They actually need to bond. They need to collectively, especially in multiplayer online, they need to collectively do things together. And I think that sense of connection, of human connection, is a massive difference between what's happening with Facebook and all the issues with privacy. And I think all of those companies, the social media companies, they should be starting to be classified as media, because they have algorithms that are selecting the things that they are presenting to us. And so they are the new newspaper, right? So they should be treated as such. Thank you very much. What an amazing day. It's like starting with the Ideas Jam and then now kind of finishing with this talk. Talking about VR and that guy who lives in VR for a whole week also put me into a different mindset of what people perceive about games. I don't think that it's a bad thing. I think when you have enough stimulus in your brain, you actually develop a much better way to learn, and you're kind of faster than other kids potentially. Of course, the other side of it is that you have lower attention span. As a creator of products and games, people deliberately create mechanics inside the products that makes it addictive, makes you go back all the time to keep having the dopamine levels. I have a responsibility to make entertainment products that actually people enjoy, as opposed to getting people addicted to that. And yeah, I think that's our responsibility. So I'm gonna have my tea and I'm gonna relax my brain now, probably watch some Netflix or whatever, and I'll see you in the next one. If you want to know why games get delayed, click here. If you want to know how to beat procrastination, click here.